They ruled the world for over 160 million years. Creatures so vast and powerful that the earth itself seemed to bend around them. And yet, in one single day, everything changed. It didn't begin with thunder, or wind, or fire. It began with silence. Somewhere far beyond the clouds, a rock the size of a mountain, a traveler from deep space, had been falling for millions of years. It spun silently through the void, carrying with it the power of 10 billion bombs. And its target was Earth. Below, the world was alive. Forests of ferns waved in the humid air. Rivers shimmered through valleys echoing with the roars of life. Herds of Triceratops grazing, pterosaurs gliding like shadows, a tyrannosaur watching from the ridge. The planet was thriving and utterly unprepared. Then, a streak of light. So bright it burned through the clouds. Animals froze. Heads lifted. Some instinct older than time screamed that something was wrong. The light grew. A white sun racing toward the horizon. And in one heartbeat, the sky exploded. The impact unleashed a power greater than anything this planet had ever seen. Mountains folded like paper. Seas rose like walls. Everything within 1,000 miles was vaporized in a single flash of molten air. But the real horror came after. Firestorms swept across continents. Ash blotted out the sun. The world didn't just burn, it stopped breathing. For weeks, the skies rained black glass and fire. Volcanoes erupted in chains, feeding the darkness. The air grew thick, the oceans acid, and the sun vanished. For months, daylight never returned. The temperature dropped, snow fell where jungles once grew, and the planet plunged into night. The survivors, the mighty dinosaurs, staggered through this new dead world. A T-Rex, once the king of the plains, now thin and weak, limped through the ashes. It hadn't eaten in days. Every step crunched bones. Every roar echoed unanswered. Across the wasteland, herds collapsed. Raptors scavenged the dying. The world's heartbeat slowed to silence. And then, nothing. But even in that darkness, life refused to die. Tiny creatures hidden beneath the soil waited. Small mammals with eyes adapted to the dark. They fed on roots, on insects, on anything that moved. They felt the tremors fade. They watched the ash fall like endless snow, and when the skies finally cleared, they crawled out. What they saw was a new world. The forests were gone. The air was thin and cold, but it was theirs. The giants had fallen. The age of monsters was over, and in the cracks of extinction, something fragile began to bloom. A new kind of life, small but intelligent. One day, that spark would become us. But the Earth still bore scars. For hundreds of thousands of years, volcanoes reshaped the land. Oceans retreated and returned. The planet rebuilt itself from ruin. And yet, every rock, every fossil, every grain of sand whispered the same story. How close life came to never existing again. If that asteroid had struck a few minutes earlier or later, it might have hit the ocean instead of land. No firestorm, no ash clouds, no extinction. The dinosaurs might still rule this world. And we might never have been born. That's the terrifying beauty of it. Our existence began with their ending. Every breath we take is written in their ashes. Every sunrise is the memory of that one final impact. The day the dinosaurs died was the day humanity began its long road to life. So next time you look up at the stars, remember, one of them changed everything. And somewhere out there, another might already be on its way.